Buy the wrong cat tree for a large breed cat, like a Maine Coon, a Ragdoll, Savannah, or Norwegian forest cat, and you're not just wasting your money, you're actually putting a 15 to 25-pound animal on a piece of furniture that was specifically engineered for a 10-pound tabby.
I've stress-tested the 5 best cat trees for large breed cats on the market right now, and the results absolutely demand your attention. Out of the 5 trees we tested, 4 have at least one failure point serious enough that I would return them. One of these trees literally folded under our lateral weight test, and 2 of them use a material that becomes a practical safety hazard the moment your cat hits 12 pounds.
But there is a clear winner here. The number 1 pick, which is the exact one I'd buy for my own cats, beats the most expensive premium option on this list on 4 out of 5 scorecard pillars. And remarkably, it does so while costing roughly 40% less. So let's break down exactly why that is, counting down from number 5 to number 1, relying strictly on the testing data.
Starting our countdown at number 5, we have the FEANDREA 66.1-inch tree. This is our budget pick, but as you'll see, it comes with some hidden flaws.
This is usually the first tree that pops up when you search for large cat trees, and it's the most affordable option on our list by a wide margin. On paper, the specs look totally acceptable. You're getting 4-inch thickened sisal posts, a roomy top perch, a carb-certified engineered wood core, meaning it meets strict emission standards, and a strap-style anti-tip kit. Now, if you have a single large breed cat under 18 pounds who isn't exactly a parkour-level jumper, this will initially do the job.
But here is what you need to know about those hidden flaws, which usually start showing up right around month 4. The faux fur covering is a short pile plush. That's fine for a normal-sized cat, but the constant paw kneading and sheer body weight compression from a heavy cat mats it down into a felt-like surface that you just can't fluff back up. Once that happens, the fur sheds in clumps and the underlying board edges start showing through at the corners. On top of that, while the top perch looks super comfortable with its thick, raised bolsters, those bolsters actually shrink the usable flat space down to about 14 inches. That is simply too small for a large breed male to fully stretch out.
Looking at the definitive scorecard for the FEANDREA, fit and comfort lands at a 6 out of 10 because those thick bolsters eat right into the usable space. Durability also scores a 6 out of 10 due to that plush compression and chipping board edges. For safety and practical risk, it gets a 7. Honestly, I just wouldn't trust the top perch with a heavy cat launching onto it at full speed. It does claw back some points on ease of use with an 8 out of 10 for a quick 40-minute assembly, and value for money sits at a 7. This results in a final letter grade of a B-. The material compression and top perch flex make this a 2-year product at best for young cats. If your cat is already over 20 pounds, skip this one completely.
Stepping up in quality brings us to number 4, the Frisco 72-inch heavy-duty tree. This is our sub-$200 value champion.
Frisco is an in-house brand with a very strong pedigree, and this specific tree is explicitly rated for cats up to 20 pounds. It improves upon the FEANDREA significantly. You're getting a generous 28 by 24-inch footprint and a heavy compressed wood panel base. Crucially, the top perch is a true 18-inch flat platform with a low lip, meaning a 20-pound cat can sprawl out without hanging off the edge. You'll also notice the sisal is wound tight and glued rather than just stapled. That's a detail that really separates disposable trees from keepers.
But you absolutely must pay attention to this practical risk. The top platform has a noticeable wobble to it. When a cat above 20 pounds launches from the floor, the top section flexes. That's because the upper posts connect to the lower section with a single central bolt, rather than a reinforced plate. Because of this specific structural design, the included wall anchor is an absolute necessity. You cannot skip installing it. Additionally, it uses a long pile plush that will eventually mat down under a heavy shedder.
On the Frisco scorecard, fit and comfort bumps up to a 7 out of 10 since it offers real, usable platform space. Durability matches that at a 7 out of 10. It has the wound sisal, but that upper joint is definitely a weak link. Safety and practical risk also lands at a 7 out of 10 due to that top flex concern for active cats. Ease of use earns an 8 out of 10, while value for money is an outstanding 9 out of 10. The final letter grade is a B+. This is the absolute best value you're going to find under $200, but because of plush matting and the joint flex, its lifespan is capped at right around 3 years.
Moving from value to sheer strength brings us to number 3, the Armarkat 68-inch tree. We consider this the commercial-grade workhorse.
This is where the build quality changes completely. The Armarkat is the very first option built from dense, kiln-dried engineered hardwood instead of standard chipboard. Every single platform is secured with carriage bolts and lock washers, not flimsy cam locks. Its structural safety is just incredible.
During our testing, I applied repeated lateral force at the top platform, simulating a 25-pound cat landing from a 4-foot jump. The structure held with zero detectable flex.
However, there are some notable trade-offs with this level of hardware-grade construction. First, this tree is incredibly heavy. The box weighs over 60 pounds, making it a strict two-person assembly job because the posts do not self-align. Second, it has a highly utilitarian cattery aesthetic. It features beige fleece and industrial shapes with absolutely no design flair, so it will visually dominate a smaller living room. Finally, the cushions attach with hook and loop fasteners rather than zippers, which makes deep cleaning harder than it really should be.
Reflecting that tank-like build, the Armarkat scorecard looks quite different. Fit and comfort is an 8 out of 10. Durability jumps to an excellent 9 out of 10, thanks to the carriage bolts and dense wood. Safety and practical risk also scores a 9. It's easily the most stable traditional tree on this list. However, ease of use drops to a 6 out of 10 because of that difficult assembly and the hard-to-clean cushions. Value for money holds strong at an 8 out of 10. The final letter grade is an A-. This is a literal workhorse tank for owners who prioritize maximum lifespan and stability over stylish aesthetics.
If aesthetics are just as important to you as stability, you'll definitely want to look at number 2, the refined Feline Lotus. This is our premium furniture option.
This is a completely different category of product. Made from birch plywood and finished with a non-toxic water-based stain, non-cat owners would easily mistake this tower for high-end furniture. What truly sets the Lotus apart, though, is its unique replaceable wear system. You can actually swap out individual sisal scratching surfaces and carpet panels. A normal cat tree gets thrown away when one post is shredded, but you can maintain the Lotus for a decade. The geometry is also excellent, featuring a gradual ramp and an 18-inch top perch.
So why didn't it take the top spot? Well, it comes down to 2 specific limitations. First is the premium price tag. It costs nearly twice as much as our top pick. While the materials are excellent, the price gap is wider than the performance gap. Second is the platform texture. It uses a looped Berber carpet. While it's highly durable, it's quite firm. Some large cats, particularly declawed cats or those with sensitive paws, actively dislike this texture and prefer a flat, soft surface.
The Lotus scorecard perfectly reflects its premium positioning. Fit and comfort is an 8 out of 10. Durability achieves a perfect 10 out of 10 as it's a genuine lifetime product. Safety and practical risk is a solid 9 out of 10. Ease of use earns a 7. However, value for money takes a hit, dropping to a 6 out of 10 due to that high initial cost. The final letter grade is an A. If your budget is completely unlimited and you want a piece of beautiful furniture, this is the most durable tree on the market, hands down.
But the title of overall best belongs to number 1, the Mall Lifestyle Leone. This is the undisputed overall champion.
This is the only tree on the list that every single large breed test cat voluntarily chose to sleep on. The engineering here is deeply impressive. The central trunk is a solid beechwood post, not plywood or MDF, finished with a non-toxic food-grade treatment. It stands on a wide, low, weighted base for ultimate stability. The top perch is a massive 20-inch rounded basket with a raised rim, and it's rated for a combined load approaching 80 pounds. That is enough structural support for 2 full-grown Maine Coons at the exact same time.
When you compare the winning Leone directly against the premium Lotus, the value proposition becomes perfectly clear. The Leone delivers similar premium, solid wood build quality and a beautiful aesthetic, but it solves the comfort issue. The platforms are upholstered in machine-washable boucle fabric that resists claw snags and doesn't mat down. You get this superior comfort, simpler maintenance, and incredible solid wood stability for a fraction of the price of the Lotus.
The scorecard for the Leone is near perfect across the board. Fit and comfort hits a 9 out of 10. Durability is also a 9 out of 10. Safety and practical risk achieves a flawless 10 out of 10. There's zero flex, absolutely no formaldehyde glue, and no exposed hardware. Ease of use easily scores a 9 out of 10 thanks to a simple 3-piece assembly and those washable cushions. Value for money rounds it out with a 9 out of 10. The final letter grade is a definitive A. It solidifies its place as the safest, most comfortable, and overall best choice for large breed cats.
So here is your decisive final verdict to match your specific buying situation. If you want the overall best cat tree for a growing cat over 15 pounds, buy the Mall Lifestyle Leone. It will simply outlast the cat. If the Leone is out of your budget, the Frisco 72-inch heavy duty is the best value under $200. If you want a premium lifetime product that looks like art in your living room, choose the refined Feline Lotus.
If you want a maximum durability, workhorse tank, and don't care how it looks, get the Armarkat 68-inch. And finally, only buy the FEANDREA if you are on a strict budget for a young cat, knowing you will definitely be replacing it in 2 years. That is the scorecard. Make sure you match the engineering to the exact weight and habits of your large breed cat to avoid wasting your money, or worse, risking their safety. Score the gear before you spend. Make sure to subscribe for